moment. But just to kind of give you guys a little look-see of what I've got going on here, it is 11 a.m. And as I said, at 11 a.m. I would get started. So I'm down here on the Guadalupe River. The Guadalupe River is quite beautiful, especially for doing this. I kind of pre-chose this location for this purpose. And as you can, I will show you behind me. You can see the river, and there's the dam flowing right down, and it's very nice, clean, clear water. And on this river, there are little islands. I'm actually standing on an island as we speak. There's a little island in the middle here. It goes around. It's quite beautiful. Old bridge to walk across. And I've brought some crystals with me, some crystal friends. And I've arranged them. Let's see if this will allow me to flip my camera around. I don't know if it will. Oh, it will. All right, here we go. So, I've got 6 crystals. Right here is my amethyst. I've got agate. Over there I got tiger's eye, fluorite, rose quartz. And I'm not exactly sure what that is. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know, but it's really quite beautiful. It's a greenish blue, and it's got like little black. It's a really interesting crystal. These are all solid crystals. I thought when I got them that they might have been acrylic, but they are 100% solid crystal. So what I've done is I've arranged them in a 6-pointed star figure, or the solfeggio, what is also known as, some people call it the Star of David, but it's the solfeggio. So I am actually going to be in the center of this crystal with not only, of course, I got my quartz necklace, but I've also got this one. Now the funny thing is, now this is going to be a little interesting. I was going to put this on my stand, but the YouTube Live doesn't want me to have my camera sideways. So I don't think I'm going to be able to set my camera up straight on that. We're going to wind up being down here like this. So, whoo, sorry. The interesting thing was to actually have my body inside a 6-pointed star. I wanted to do that with the crystals. I wanted to have them in a 6-pointed star. They're the solfeggio, and so I ordered these crystals. And unbeknownst to me, just as it would line up, the crystals are shaped in that of a 6 points, just like that. I'm like, oh, okay, that works out quite fine. Now I'm not really going to be able to see any comments that come in, but for those of you that do, thank you for commenting. Please, by all means, feel free to comment below and have a conversation in there. One of the things that we need to do is we really need to come to a place of gratitude and thankfulness and love, really, because the only way that this is going to work is if we have our hearts and our minds as one, if we are thankful in everything. Because when you reflect, for many of my followers here, you guys know that extraterrestrial beings, they're very real. I mean, 1947, Roswell, New Mexico, we know about this. Well, a lot of the beginnings of the majority, like where there was a major influx of us seeing UFOs and contact, was when we started letting nuclear bombs go. Well, that's a problem, because nuclear bombs, the splitting of atoms, doesn't just affect the Earth, it affects the entire galaxy, it affects the entire universe. So when you have those splitting of atoms and doing that, it actually does like a rip in time and space, and it affects everything. And so that made them go, whoa, what's going on? So they came here to basically to protect us and to guard us from what's going on. If you want to call them guardians of the galaxy, you may freely do so, because in a sense that's really what they are. They're guardians of not just our galaxy, but of the universe. These beings that I'm going to be requesting from, I mean, we're talking about civilizations that are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years old, and they have such great technology, and they're not all bad. That's the thing. If they were hostile towards us, they could literally wipe us out in a second. I mean, without even a hesitation. So they're not hostile. The majority of them are not hostile. But they also have for those of you who are Star Trek followers, a prime directive And that prime directive being not to interfere unless requested. So for those of us that know that they're there, we can most certainly request. And the more of us that come together in heart and mind and in voice, which is creation. See, when we align our heart and our mind and our crown chakras, and we invoke with our voice, that is how we create. Like when I'm saying words, I'm actually casting a spell. That's why you learn how to spell in school. You learn your spelling. When you television, they do broadcasting. They are broadcasting spells. So this is really, it's no different. It's just being used in a good and harmonious, loving way. So I would actually like to invite everyone to join me. Now, I was going to write this out and have it for everyone to be able to read along. But then as I started reflecting on it, it almost felt like that would not be a good thing, because I know a lot of churches, they have prayers and you recite the same prayer, blah, blah, and it could be mundane and just not be good. But so rather, it felt more true to just have it come from the heart as I'm here and doing this. Now, I started this live right at 11 o'clock, but at 11:11 is when we're actually going to start the meditation. So before we get started, I'd like everyone to just kind of put yourself in a place of relaxation and thankfulness and love. Now, the funny thing, as I'm sitting here with legs crossed, knees in the front, root chakra in the back. It's actually forming a triangle, an upside down triangle. So I'm actually sitting with 2 crystals to each point of my knee, one directly behind me, which I cannot exactly see because it is right in the right spot. So, and then I've also got it here. So that triangle being, you got as above and then so below, the Solfeggio symbol, or the Star of David, as some people call it, 6-pointed star. So try to have all these things in your mind, consciously thinking about as you're sitting. You are sitting in the below triangle. And then some of us, some people will sit with their hands like this in certain mudras and actually create an as above triangle, creating the same thing, but just in their physical bodies. So just try to consciously think, we want this intervention, and come to it with thankfulness. Because how many times have any of us said thank you? Well, because most of us haven't seen them or talked to them. Thank you to these beings that are actually doing this intervention, that are helping us at the moment, and we don't even know it. It would be a thankless job. There are many jobs that are very thankless. So try to be thankful and appreciative to all of these entities and these beings that are here helping us. And even though we don't see them, we know that they're helping in some way, shape, or form. Now, to get back to the collective conscious, or the prime directive of not interfering, well, with us reaching out and asking for help, that's a totally different story, because we know that they're there. And this will be recorded, not just here on YouTube Live or on the internet, but all of history is recorded. So this is literally a moment. Every time that someone does this on YouTube or on Rumble or any other live event, they're actually making history that's being recorded to see something that you're doing, that you want to make a change, that you want things to help. And every time that somebody replays this live, guess what? It's going to be replayed again universally, so everyone will see this. So it's like a resounding gong. So this is the original broadcast, and then the next time someone plays it, it's like an echo and an echo and an echo. So every time somebody plays it, it's like echoing the same message, the same frequency, the same love, the same gratitude, the same thankfulness, and the same requests for a divine intervention from these individuals. So if we think about this, and please share this along, whether you want to wait till after the broadcast or during this, I said broadcast, during the stream, that would be totally acceptable. I can't really see who's on. Hello, Justin. How you doing? Hi, sweetheart. I can't really see all the text, but anyways, so let's really try to bring this home, and share it abroad. If you know people in other countries, share it around, because every single place on earth, we are antennas. And so as we're listening and we're feeling this frequency, it's like boop, It's like another antenna popping up in another part of the globe, displaying the same message, the same broadcast, if you will, of a request of that same love, that same frequency. So it could really help change the world. Just this one video, even though I might only have 5 or 6 people watching, guess what? It could still be shared around. People can watch it later, and it re-echoes, and it goes, and it's from different places all around the world. That's one of the beautiful advantages that we can take of with this technology. Are they watching right now? I'm sure that they are, but that's all right. And we are about to get started. It is 10. Yeah, we got about 15 seconds at 11:11. To all of our galactic friends, I come before you, and those that are here watching and watching later, as we come before you, to give such grateful thankfulness to you. And we recognize you as guardians of the galaxy to our best recollection, our best comprehensions of things. We know of your existence, and we're thankful for your existence and thankful you're here. We're very grateful at this time knowing what's going on in the world, and we would like to express to you love and gratitude, for we know that love is the only way forward. We would like to invite you at this time to come help us. We seek assistance with all of the toxic poisonings that's going on, not just in the United States, but globally. All the burning of chemicals, the spilling of chemicals that are done. We are requesting your intervention to help stop this, to help stop the poisoning of our Mother Earth, of our home, of our future, not just for our sakes, but for our children's and their children's, and for you. For we would like to meet you and commune with you, to learn from you, to teach you of us, of how we feel. And as some would say, to sit down and break bread. But it's really to just get to know each other, to get to know ourselves as we get to know you. We request that you make your presence known, not just to us individually, but to the world. It doesn't have to be a big fancy display, but just ways that people know that you're here and that we do love you. There have been millions that have done exactly as we are doing now. And it will continue to happen because we do have love. There is hope within us. We do desire peace. We do desire cooperation, not just amongst each other as humans, but with other beings. We are very curious in nature and very loving by design. So we desire to learn from you, to learn of you, to commune with you, to be taught by you. As you learn from us, we learn from you. Please help us save this planet, for there are many of us that are not in positions to be able to do so, but you are. And should many of us be in positions where we could, I do think that we would. I know I would. Knowing this day, April 1st, being our actual new year, I would like to start it anew with this meditative invitation. At exactly 11:11 was the beginning, which is, to me, and to many of my subscribers on my channel, and for those that follow What the Flock TV, it's a number of Janus, but it's also an angelic number. This date and time was specifically orchestrated by myself for the most intentional outcome. As I've surrounded myself with these crystals, creating a barrier to reach to you and you alone, our guardians, possibly our seeders, being our galactic parents. Please receive this message and know that you are loved. Thank you very much. End of transmission. Didn't need to be huge. Oh, ain't that funny? Now I can see I've got 11 people watching right now. Do you think that's a coincidental number? Or do you think that just might have been a sign? Stay up, folks. Eyes open. No fear. And remember that love is the only way forward.